My name is b.son, back at it again with another episode of What I Know. Today, if you look down to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, I should probably move that since chat's over there. We'll make it top right. We'll be talking about Sidestep 4 and Sidestep 1 together, since they kind of share similar properties and do similar things. But, you know, obviously they have their own unique approaches for both tools. So, let's start with Sidestep 1, because that one's a little bit more straightforward. What is it? I-18 mid? I-17 to I-18, only +2 on hit, but doesn't grip or damage, 21 damage. That's hella good. Not very plus on hit, but safe. Alright. -9, and the nice thing about this is that if you hit it close up, you know, it's sort of whatever. -9 does kind of mean your turn's over in that case, but if you hit it like more tip range, farther away, it's a little bit more ambiguous of a range. You can get this to hit really shallow, and it'll be effectively neutral. And chat, if you have any questions about Sidestep 4 or Sidestep 1 while I'm going through this, please just let me know. But anyway, one of the main factors of this move, aside from it being mid, also being quite far range, hitting from 2 backdashes away sometimes, is its counter launch. But you know, so is Sidestep 4. We'll get to that in a second. Now, so you can throw this move out pretty often without worrying about it, you know, regardless, or not accounting for you getting counter hit yourself, but it's a pretty good move to use. Now, another reason what makes this so special is, well, one, so it's slower than down 4-2, right? So down 4-2, you can do it from standing, you don't have to worry about it. It's like you can just do it, you don't have to sidestep into it, right? You just do sidestep or down 4-2 whenever you want to. But what makes Sidestep 1 nice is that it can low profile some highs. Specifically if you step to the right. Yeah? So if you do Sidestep 1, it's hard to see because of Yoshi being there. Actually, if I can remember what the answer command is. What was this, like Alt F1 or something? Alt F6, Control F1? If anyone remembers the Ansel command, let me know. But the way the move works out is that his head ducks over to his right, and his leg kind of pushes his opponent to the left, right? Like he steps forward, and his little foot has a push box. Yeah, welcome, Wolves, how's it going? But combine those two, when he does Sidestep 1, it's pretty common for it to go under highs. Yeah, obviously it's not a genuine high crush, so it won't always work, but it's definitely worth repping, especially if your opponent is something like Claudio or anyone else who like reps 1-2s a lot. Now, like neutral wise, you can kind of use this similar to how you would use forward 1+2, because forward 1+2 and Sidestep 1 have similar range, although forward 1+2 has a little bit better. You can go a little bit farther with forward 1+2. But good, right? And it's a little inundated these days because forward 1+2 is now also a counter hit launcher. Alt F2. Hey, you're the GOAT. Thanks, Alpha. I don't know how to get out of this, actually. Yo, Tekken. There's no way my Tekken just hard agree. Okay, we're back. Tekken crashed on me, so I had to redo the thing. So anyway, Sidestep 1. Because the recent change to 4-1+2 is also counter hit, and also I think better damage. I mean, if you get, yeah, it's better. It's better damage by like 1 point, but it's worth using. Specifically because if you like NSS, if you're an NSS enjoyer like myself, you obviously don't have access to one ss4 1+2, so you can do Sidestep 1 as a alternative, which is something I don't see a lot of Yoshis do, right? They put the sword away and suddenly they forget they have this move and this move. They just like walk up and like try to jab shit and like do this. But anyway, if you want to use this move, ideally you want to be around here, right? Because you never want to use it when you're already at tip range. Because then a single or half of a backdash or even a sidestep can get you messed up pretty good, right? So like here's this like it can connect, but chances aren't high, and you're taking a very big risk. Here is better, right? You're in range of moves yourself, but you know it's the risk that you take for not defiant or like having a high chance of whipping yourself. When you're up close, you're kind of like playing it out. Something you can do as Yoshi is, like I mentioned before, like using it to crush jabs or evade jabs, like that. I'm even realigning, if you notice. I'm like holding forward for a second, and it's still going underneath my jab. Yeah. This will avoid magic 4s, this will avoid 1-2 strings, and this will also catch off timing stuff. Like if they backdash and like try to do some off timing thing, they can be clipped. Right? So this could also be done if they do something like a down forward 2, or you know some heavy minus move on block, where it's not punishable, but their turn is over per se. You can do like a delayed option. Right? You do this, sidestep 1. You'll see iMusician do this a lot. Yeah. Combo routes, the most consistent thing you can do with sidestep 1, counter hit, 2 jab, down 2-2, down forward 1-2, PCF 1 when they're hit the ground. Yeah, the cabeza. That works both sides. Optimal is if you sidestep right and do this, the down 2-2 will pick up. Properties do not change in no sword stance. For 1 ss4, 1+2, yes they do. I'll address that in a second theory. But sidestep 1 does not. It's the same in both stances. But the reason why you kind of want to go for 2 down 2-2 as a default is because it works both sides. And it's a pretty like flexible combo, right? Whereas down 2-2 pickup does not work when you sidestep left, counter hit, or sidestep 1 to the left, counter hit long. It's, you know what I'm trying to say. Cool. Now, sidestep 4, similar in appliance, or in how you would apply, not appliance. Oh, my toasters over here. Is a little faster than sidestep 1. I believe it's 16 frames. Yes. High homing, nice. We like those. Neutral on block. That's good. That's good. The situation is ambiguous because you're both neutral, and the spacing isn't like, you're not up close, you're not like really far away, right? And this is nice because it also has hit transitions, which are plus on block. It's genuinely like usably plus on block, unlike 4-4-3 can. And then you can also do things like this, right? Sidestep 4, meditation, as like a little whip bait. Because the way you recover after sidestep 4, if you notice where I'm at on the map, or in the stage, right? Versus sidestep 4 3+4, I kind of like bring my hurt box away from them, and that can cause some moves to whip, right? Now, I'm like, so, considerably shorter range than sidestep 1 though, right? 2 backdashes away, whip. It connects at 1 backdash away, and maybe like a little more, like 1.5. Even that's kind of pushing it. Just like a little bit more than a single backdash away from your opponent. So you really don't want to be using it like this out here. Although you can apply it in neutral the same way you would use any keep out, is you react to their forward dash, like kind of just here. And for sidestep moves, you can let the sidestep rock for a long ass time. Now look how long that is. Dude, like, it doesn't even look like I'm moving it, and I can still do a sidestep. So you can kind of just be like chilling out in neutral, and like just kind of sidestepping their way. And as soon as they like start coming in, you can just bop, right? Bop. Now, the way you would use sidestep 4, aside from how I just mentioned this keep out earlier, and you can use it similar to how I mentioned sidestep 1, which is why I'm kind of grouping these together, where it's a little off timing, like defensive check or offensive check, depending on how you're looking at things. Someone does something like a down 4-2, sidestep 4, right? Let it rock, boom, big damage. Okay. Do be careful though. If you do this, it's quite hard to get a combo after sidestep 4, counter hit sidestep 4 med. You have to do some weird janky shit like instant wall sending 4, I believe. If I can do this correctly. Yeah, there you go. And then do like CD2 and whatnot, but get the idea. Optimal combos for this can differ depending on whether or not you enter kin or not. You have kin back 2-1, down 4-1-2, down 2-2-1. You can time your QCF1 off this as well. Like that. Or you can go the simple route here. Down 4-1, CD2. Ooh, maybe not. Don't do that. Anyway. Aside from that though, you can do, if you don't go into kin, and you sidestep right again to get on axis to do the down 2-2 usual optimal combo. If you sidestep left and counter hit, it's kind of dicey because they get flipped over like that, so you have to end up doing something like down 4 or down 2-2, down 4-1-2 into some kind of filler or ender that you'd like. Off-axis stuff is always kind of weird for Yoshi. You can go from instance group to down 2-2, back 2-1 for that kind of effect. But you know, to each their own. Now, I mentioned before that you can use this as keep out, and you can use this as like an off-timing check, as well as like a broad option select, like, or movement check, because it's homing. That's not self-explanatory, I don't know what will be. But what's nice about this is it's one of the few instances where Yoshi can kind of can get plus frames that are usable, because the fastest thing Yoshi has from kin is 12 frames. Not counting kin flash, that thing's weird. We don't talk about kin flash. And forward 4-3 into kin is only +1. Yeah, so you can get jabbed out of that pretty reliably, but then if you want to beat the jab, you have to do weird shit like kin forward. But sidestep 4 kin is +3. That's what we call a frame trap, right? Because that's 12 frames, that's 12 frames. Cool. You can do weird shit like sidestep 4, sidestep 4, right? Added bonus, because in this patch we have new wall tactics, baby. Right? So you can be at the wall, you can have wall pressure, do some fun things with sidestep 4, where you can either like lock them in there until you're ready to let it rip. And if they mash there, you get down back 1-1. Right? 40 damage, wall splat, etc., etc. And it also accounts for them trying to move away from the wall, right? Now, the way that this differs from sidestep 1 is the plus frames that you can get into kin, the neutral frames that it is on block, so you can do something like this and still kind of take your turn, right? Pop, pop, pop. And even at the wall, if you do something like sidestep 1, it still has that weird like snap back, push back effect sometimes. There is a definite like difference in feel when you try to use these moves though. Part of it is range. Obviously one is high, one is mid. But like sidestep 4 is much better against people who are constantly coming in on you, right? Because obviously it's shorter range, but 2, you can get what you would normally get out of sidestep 1, but still be neutral on block and be able to like do some stuff, right? And not stay super passive. Because even though like you connect something like sidestep 1 on block and like you hit it like tip range or something, if you're still -9, you're not like gagging to take your turn, right? Even if you are really far back. So if you guys are fighting up close and you want to try to hit your opponent, like, you know, swing but still be able to do some stuff afterwards, like in this kind of range, sidestep 4 is good because you're -0, or sorry, you're neutral, and you can still do shit. Can you actually resplat after down back 1-1 or just do combo? You can resplat, but it's not worth going for because it's not consistent, in my experience anyway. Class, what's going on, bro? Is now a spinning toaster. So, yeah, that's sidestep 1, sidestep 4 in a nutshell. Did I miss anything about these two moves? Counter hit, on block situations, transitions, keep out boys, off timing check boys. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Fuck this. Alright, we'll just call it like right there for now. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I won't tell you to subscribe because you don't need to do that shit. I'll see you guys around.